It's great to meet both of you guys.
Nice to meet you.
First off, great job, man.
Thank you.
It was so creepy. I enjoyed it so much. It was such an original take, an original story. And I would go too far as say, I guess a new genre.
Yeah.
Like superhero horror. Is that what attracted y'all to the project?
Yeah, for sure. The fact that it was something completely new that no one had ever done before. You know, this superhero horror movie where not only is it that, but it's also a coming-of-age story and also super villain-esque. So it was really just a combination of a lot of things, and it was very intriguing to look at, see how much it escalated so quickly throughout the story, and just all of its elements were very intriguing to me.
How about for you?
I mean, exactly the same. The thing that got me to want to do this movie is that it is new and it is original and it's something. I mean, it's the genius of James. I've known him for a very long time and I've always wanted to work with him. And when this presented itself, I was just like, oh my God, 100%, I got to be in on this because. People go to see a superhero movie and to go on a ride, and they go to see a horror movie to go on a different ride, and to put them together, is really exciting and really fun, and to create a new genre is pretty awesome, and it's a hell of a terrifying ride.
It is. And the cool thing is, it's a full R,
It
too.
is an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I hope nobody gets the confusion that a child should see this. It is not for children.
No
Yeah,
child.
there's a couple of scenes I don't want to give too much away, but the jaw scene, and then the eye scene,
Jaw dropping.
And the cool thing is we go to press screenings and you look around and normally you don't get too much. You get some of the reaction, but the reaction, the entire audience was just gasping. Yeah. And I was enjoying it just watching it on screen, but then I was looking around and I enjoyed just watching the audience take it in as well.
Well, I was saying, you see those promos where they're filming the audience reacting.
Yeah.
You got to do one of those with this because without a doubt, everybody in the theater is going to jump out of their seat multiple times.
Absolutely. So is Brandon, do you think, I'd like to get it from both of y'all, do you think Brandon is a villain or is he a victim of the situation he's put in by being lied to by his parents and then also the bullying and everything that's going on at school?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say there's a little bit of both, but I wouldn't go as far to say that Brandon is strictly a victim and that it's not his fault, because I think a lot of it is just his own nature as being not a human and being from another planet. But there certainly is that element that he's not only is he trying to grow up and find himself through this coming of age story, but he's also being pressed on from all sides. People telling him who to be, who not to be, but in different ways. People want him to do different things, and even some things that are not people want him to do things.
And one of the cool things about this movie is the father-bond relationship. So did you draw on your experiences as a father to portray this role?
Not really. I mean, I have a son, but he's 16 months old, so I don't have the same age as a bonding experience. But no, I think we just bonded on set pretty quickly and through rehearsals, and we talked a lot about what was going on leading up to this moment in the movie, and I mean, I think I'd like to imagine that I'm gonna be, as a parent, more aware of my child when they're starting to go down a troubling path. But I mean, this is an alien. He's not human.
Yeah.
And he has an alien speaking in his ear, telling him to take over the world. So I don't know if these parents, even in their best possible versions of being a parent, could stop that from happening. I mean, he is a bit of a psychopath.
Yeah.
So when you ask, is he evil or is he even? He's evil. He is 100% evil.
Yeah.
From the time he lands on this planet. It just takes him going through puberty for all of those things to reveal themselves.
So I get to sit down with two of my favorite directors right here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't wait for Charlie's Angels. I'm going to start off with that. And then you're such a visionary. You took this comic book that was only a few people had heard of, at least for me, and then you create the greatest franchise in superhero history.
Thank you, man.
Dude,
Thank
it's
you.
awesome. And so with this seems like more of a family affair for you.
It is.
How did all this come about?
I mean, it really, it came about. My brother Brian and my cousin Mark wrote a script that they didn't tell me about, and we were on the Sony lot one day doing something else, and they said, "Yeah, we wrote this script. It's about an evil superhero." And I'm like, "Why did you guys not bring that to me?" and they gave it to me, and we made it it was a little bit less horror at first.
Mm-hmm.
We made it a little bit more horror.
horrorized it,
I
yeah.
horrorized it. And then, I mean, they horrorized it. They wrote, I didn't write anything on this movie. And then we gave the script to our first and only choice for Tori Breyer. We would have just burnt the script and given up.
What'd you think the first time you read the script?
I really loved it, actually. I thought it was, first of all, I recognized right away that it was a really cool mashup of very popular genres and things that I also really love. But at its heart, I'm always looking for the character, right? Like, what do I relate to? What can I bring to this movie? Why will I, feel like I have ownership over who this woman is, etc. And I just felt like it was super sneaky. It had so many big ideas in it, about I'm a parent, 2 boys, and I felt like this was really about parenting and how do you parent a problem kid and what are the limits of unconditional love. And I still, when I watch the movie, fear that she made the wrong decision at the end of the film. Like, it haunts me, actually.
I was going to ask you, do you think she took her unconditional love too far?
I don't think she took it far enough.
You don't think so? Really?
I think that's one of the central questions in the movie that is, when I walk out of it, I'm still asking myself that.
The effects on this thing are insane. How did you create this whole world with so is it true when you have less budget you can be more creative with it because you're kind of more constricted, so it kind of forces
that's
you?
actually not true. I think it's close to that. For me, when I make a big budget movie, you can imagine anything and then you can make that thing happen no matter what.
Yeah.
When you're doing a lower budget film, you imagine something in a certain way, and then you realize, I don't have the budget to do that. So it forces you to think in a way creatively where you have to figure out another way to do something, which often leads to truly wonderful invention.
Yes.
And I think that's a lot of the case of what this movie was. There's a lot of things we couldn't afford to do, so we had to do things in different ways that made them a little more interesting.
And I think it focuses the storytelling, in a really great way, actually. It really becomes, I felt like this movie sort of funneled through, this family, the lie in the heart of the family, right? You were adopted. Turns out you're not. It turns out everybody actually does want to know who they are in their soul, well, he doesn't have a soul, probably. But, those are other ideas. We have all these ideas, our own human mythology that's sort of based in souls and God gifts and all of these things, and it's the aliens don't have any of those ideas, or who knows what they think about anything, and he's an alien. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but he is an alien.
Well, thanks, guys.
We know he's an alien. We know he's an alien.
Well, I'm looking forward to Charlie's Angels. Can't wait for
Thank
that.
you.
Suicide Squad. It's going to be sick, man. And Guardians, of course. It's going to be insane. So thank you all so much for everything.
Thank you.